It's time now to take a peek at your Pacific update, and we're going to start you out first looking at the satellite picture. And the satellite picture is going to tell the story here of a new system, a brand new system that's going to be pushing on shore. Once that cold front moves on shore, we think we might find some more significant rain coming down into parts of the Pacific Northwest. Temperatures, nothing to brag about here. 48 in Seattle, 45 in Portland. Nothing too cool, nothing that's all that mild either. 69 though as we head down to LA, and San Diego checking in with 67. So looking pretty good across Southern California. Current readings, those were some of the highs. They are the current readings now. 50 in Los Angeles and 57, cooling down nicely. It's sweater weather in San Diego, typical for this time of the year. And Medford checking in with 43. Not too bad at all. Find some cooler air, though, as we work our way on eastward, and I'm going to talk in a moment about some wintry precipitation that's coming down in parts of the Great Lakes and on into the northeast. We'll catch that in just a moment. There's a look at your current temperatures. 49 in Quileute, 44 now in Portland, and 45 in Seattle. You can see with a closer inspection it gets a little bit cooler east of the Cascades. Then we go down to San Francisco, around the Bay, 51 degrees, 48 around Monterey right now. Stockton checking in with 43, Long Beach at 53, and 57, as I mentioned earlier, around San Diego. So definitely cooling things down nicely here. It's going to be a comfortable night into Southern California, leading into a pretty picture-perfect weekend. Just what you want with Super Bowl in San Diego on Sunday. All right, travel weather into the northwest. There are a few trouble spots. Again, the warm front slipping on through, the cold front close to follow, and along with that front, we may find some locally heavy rain, so we'll have to watch out for that. Snow levels are relatively high, but in the higher elevations of the Cascades, you might find some snowfall and in some spots even a messy mixture of precipitation. You will find some snow also heading through the Bitterroot chain on into western portions of Wyoming and also into the Wasatch Mountains of Utah. So some fresh powder for the skiers. Here's the rain now, and the radar looking a little more active than it has in the past couple of hours here. Seattle all the way down to Portland, a solid line of precipitation. This is filled in with rain as well. It's just that the radar has kind of a tough time seeing up and over the Olympic Mountains. Eugene, Oregon, all the way back down toward North Bend, looking at a little bit more rainfall. Checking out the earthquake reports here, and notice it was rather active. A couple of temblors here to note heading into Southern California, and both of those little blue dots indicating that they were less than 3 on the Richter scale, actually a magnitude of around 2. Next stop will take us into Northern California, again magnitude around 2 for both of those, and one of those not too far, about 2 miles southeast of Mammoth Lakes, California. Next stop into the Pacific Northwest. Pretty active, wasn't it? Again, this one about a magnitude of 2 on the Richter scale. And then we head into Alaska, not far from Cantwell and also around Willow, Alaska, these measuring near 3 on the Richter scale. So a little bit busy seismically across much of the Northwest and on up into Alaska. Yep. And as we take a look at the current weather, well, very active weather-wise from, say, the Great Lakes all the way back out to the east. Showers heading across much of the mid-Atlantic. Steady rain all the way back down into the Florida Panhandle. Oh, and that's not all. We run into the colder air, and we've got snow in the Great Lakes and a mixture of precipitation, a possibility, heading into parts of the north and east. That's more through the overnight toward the morning rush hour in New York City. Let's take a closer inspection. Your travel weather looking like this. Again, we're already seeing that mixture into parts of Pennsylvania. Some of these areas reporting rain and then occasionally getting a brief burst of some snowfall. Heading up into northern portions of New England, you're going to find some snow. That'll be changing over to rain later on Friday into Saturday, once we start to see some warmer air move on into that region. Snowy travel, Great Lakes into the upper Midwest. And there's a look at the amounts of snow that one might expect. Again, some of these areas could see 3 to 6 inches into parts of the Great Lakes and from the Adirondacks back out into the Berkshires. So some fresh powder for skiers in the east as well. Look at the rain, though, and this is important. We're talking about well over an inch of rain from portions of Florida on up through the Carolinas, even into southern sections of Pennsylvania. And so we will have to watch out for the potential for flooding. Here's a closer inspection of your morning weather for that morning commute. And a quick peek at some of the moisture that you'll have to contend with here into the north and east. Not all is reaching the ground right here, but where you find the darker green, that is reaching the ground, and not all of it's rain. Some of that in the form of some frozen precipitation as well. Well, we've got your travel outlook for the extended period, and we're going to show you what happens from coast to coast as we head on through the weekend.